Uh, Good afternoon. Yeah, good afternoon. It's good to be in Rajasthan, and we'll talk about cricket. Rajasthan is not just about cricket. Rajasthan is about characters. It's about stories. It's about traditional past. It's it's something also beyond cricket. And coming here in Jaipur, it's I remember 14 years ago, 15 years ago, when a youngster started his career in one corner of the Savai Mansingh Stadium. Aged gentleman once told me that beta sapna dekhna chhodna nahi hai. And 15 years later, I still remember the words of late Salim Durrani. And I think it's this sapna and this passion that keeps the cricketers from the state thriving for success. And we'll talk more about it. We'll be joined by three esteemed panelists. Firstly, I'll introduce Mr. Gagan Khoda, former India cricketer, Australian national selector. Please come on. Yeah. Secondly, of course, we are talking about old times of Rajasthan cricket. No one better than Mr. Sanjay Vyas, former Rajasthan captain, has lots of stories in his kitty. Will over the next 40 minutes, I'm sure Sanjay sir will enthrall us with that. And we were also supposed to be joined by Mr. Jake Lash Makram, the CEO of Rajasthan Royals, but he had to leave to catch his flight. We are joined by Mr. Rajeev Khanna, the Vice President of Rajasthan Royals, a very known name in the cricket circuit, dons several hats. Welcome, Rajeev. So, it's so good to have all of you on the stage. And of course, we have another solid from Rajasthan cricket, Indian cricket, Mr. Ajay. All of you have played with them. So, yeah, I'll get going with Sanjay, sir. I mean, I'll go with the seniority. Sir, you started your career at a time when Patasarthi Sharma was a captain, if I remember correctly. From there, you have done several hats, a captain, a selector, part of the ad hoc panel. Where do you see Rajasthan cricket today?
I've seen a lot of changes in Rajasthan cricket when I started my career. At that time, Kishan Rungtas sir was the chairman of selection committee, and Rajasthan cricket was run by Rungta family. So it was a combination of Rungtas and cricketers. And after that, Lalit Modi came. So he changed a lot of cricket in Rajasthan, in fact. तब तक हमें पता नहीं था कि इनफैक्ट क्रिकेट में क्या होता है, कमर्शियलाइज क्रिकेट को कैसे करते हैं और क्रिकेट से पैसा कैसे अर्न किया जा सकता है. उसके पहले सब एक फैमिली, इट वाज रन बाय अ फैमिली और बिल्कुल फैमिली अफेयर ही होता. इतना अफेक्शन होता था रूंगटास के टाइम में भी कि बिल्कुल सब लोग फैमिली मेंबर होते. बट जब मिस्टर मोदी आए तो उन्होंने बताया कि क्रिकेट से आप क्या अर्न कर सकते हैं, क्रिकेट से और भी क्या क्या चीज़ें होती हैं. तो कॉन्फिडेंस भी दिया उन्होंने काफ़ी. और एक बड़ा छोटा सा इंसिडेंट था, हमें पता नहीं था. उससे पहले राजस्थान क्रिकेट की जो बूटी होती थी, राजस्थान क्रिकेट की जो अर्निंग से हमें किशोर रुंगटा सर के टाइम में आई रिमेंबर कि अबाउट 23 लैक्स का एक मैच में हमें प्रॉफिट हुआ. तो उस टाइम बड़े खुश थे हम लोग कि क्रिकेट में पैसा है. उसके पहले सारे मैचेस हमारे लॉस में जाते थे. तो जब ललित मोदी जी आए तो उन्होंने एक मैच, एग्जीबिशन मैच करवाया बिटवीन इंग्लैंड की टीम, विजिटिंग टीम थी, उनका एक कैंप लगा था राजस्थान में. एग्जीबिशन मैच उन्होंने रखा विद राजस्थानी क्रिकेटर्स एंड फ्यू इंडियन क्रिकेटर्स। तो उन्होंने कहा कि इस मैच को भी हम कमर्शलाइज करेंगे और इससे कुछ पैसा अर्न करेंगे। वी थॉट कि क्या ऐसे थोड़ी होता है। यू वोंट बिलीव उस मैच से उन्होंने 1 करोड़ रुपए इनकम, राजीव तो याद होगा, 1 करोड़ रुपए की इनकम राजस्थान क्रिकेट को दी। तब हमें लगा कि यस, कुछ होता है, क्रिकेट से भी पैसा आता है। क्रिकेटर्स को उन्होंने पूछा, हमने कुछ कंप्लेंट किए, क्रिकेटर्स को कुछ नहीं मिलता, तो उन्होंने इमीडिएटली क्रिकेटर्स का डीए 4 टाइम्स बढ़ा दिया, एक रिक्वेस्ट पे बढ़ा दिया। क्रिकेटर्स यूज टू फ्लाई फॉर द वेन्यूज। उसके पहले अगेन जैसे राजवर्धन सिंह जी ने बोला कि हम लोग विदाउट रिजर्वेशन सेकंड क्लास वगैरह में ट्रेवल करते थे। तो ललित मोदी जी ने हमें ये बताया कि इनफैक्ट कमर्शलाइज क्रिकेट को कैसे किया जाता है। राजस्थानी क्रिकेटर्स को इंडिया लेवल पे भी उन्होंने पुश किया, सपोर्ट किया, काफ़ी आगे बढ़ाया। प्लस फैसिलिटीज़, उनकी बनाई हुई फैसिलिटीज़ को आज भी हम राजस्थान क्रिकेट उसको यूज़ कर रहे हैं। तो बहुत बड़ा चेंज हमने वहाँ देखा, और तो काफ़ी कुछ क्रेडिट जाता है।
Uh, Before I come to Rajiv, I have a question for Mr. Khoda. Obviously, as a cricketer, as a national selector, I mean, the last 10 years have been quite eventful for Rajasthan cricket. Even though we haven't had a test cricketer after Pakat Singh the last 10 years, but quite a few of them have gone on to make the IPL, T20s, India cut. You have seen the transformation being the North Zone selector earlier. What do you think, like, what has been the success story? Like, what is that factor that has changed perception?
Basically self-belief, which players nowadays they have. And with the coming of IPL and sharing same dressing room with all other players all over the country, the confidence level of players have gone up, really gone up. Their mental ability, the fitness, and now they all are very good athletes, all of them. Rajasthan has abundance talent, no doubt about it. When I was a selector, 4 of them played: Rahul, Chahar, Deepak, and Bishnoi, and Khalid. All these 4 guys played. In spite of not much cricket in Rajasthan, if you think of it, there's no club cricket, there's no school cricket. You have all these players coming up and performing at the highest level. Maybe it's IPL or when they play international cricket, like they all have done. They've done so well. So I feel, as a selector, when I saw them, and I wasn't the one who actually spoke about them, the other 4. That is the best part. When I'm not speaking about my own state players, the others are. That means cricket in Rajasthan is actually going on a higher level now. If you compare 10 years back and now, there's a major difference. The major difference. Yeah. There are actually players coming from, all those district level players, they are coming now and playing for Rajasthan. Previously, it was like Jaipur and Udaipur, those kind of stuff. But now it's changed. It's changed now. There are players coming from Tonk and playing for India, playing for the states. So I think that thing has changed.
Rajiv, I'll come to you on this. 2008 obviously was a game-changing moment for Indian cricket and most of our Rajasthan cricket, because obviously uh, the Daddy's army of Shane Warne went on to create history. Nobody thought they'll be first-time champions, and from there on, Rajasthan Royals has obviously played a very important role in ensuring that the talent brings out. You have to always back talent. So how do you associate? Like, how do you, when you going forward and over the last 10, 15 years, how have how have you nurtured talents from the local, clubs, local level, grassroots level? What has been the success story for us?
Hi guys, everyone. So basically, what we actually did, and I'll just first add on to what Sanjay bhai just said. What happened when the Rungtas were here? That was a golden era of Rajasthan cricket, no doubt about it. We had some greats like Sanjay bhai, Gagan bhai, and various others who were part of that era. And when Lalit Modi came in, what changed cricket in Rajasthan was he brought professionalism into the state. So that was the biggest game changer. When as Sanjay bhai just said that initially it was just a family affair, then it moved to professionalism. England team came in, right? England team came in, the Pakistan team came in. Yeah, there were matches happening in Nirja Modi's school and all of that. So that brought people together as well from the city, from the state. What we as Rajasthan Royals did when in 2008 when we came in, a year before we actually got into the IPL, we started a talent hunt, and I think Ajay Bhai was involved in it. I think Cricket Star. Yeah. So Cricket Star is what we started. That was a all India a talent hunt, but focused on Rajasthan, wherein we went in to the deep districts, down to the district tehsil level, and we found some great talent there. And that's how we've been trying to. We still do it. We just finished one women's cup yesterday. So we had about 1,500 schools from Rajasthan, girls' school, which participated, and we had Bikaner, a small town of a small district of Rajasthan, who were the winners. So these are small efforts that we have made to bring whatever value we can bring for cricket in Rajasthan.
Kanbhai, I come to you. Playing for India, of course, is every cricketer's dream. But it took Rajasthan, years to become champions in back-to-back years, and after that, we somehow failed to keep that momentum going. What do you feel? Why has been the lull? Because we have talents, like you said, like we have 6 or 7 players who have gone on to make for India. What do you think is the way ahead, and what has gone wrong? Like why can't we have more more championships in our city?
Actually feel is the infrastructure is yet not developed in Rajasthan. You just have one academy in Jaipur, you have no other academies elsewhere. I think first what they need to do is create certain academies in places which is accessible to everyone. Like in Jaipur, you can have in Bhilwara, all those places. And a talent search team. You need to do that. You need to develop infrastructure. All those academies set up should be reporting to your main academy in Jaipur. That is not there. The infrastructure is not there. You can't get more players. You can't get better players. The thing is, you have a bit like Ganganagar. You have strong built guys out there. You can just go for a talent search. You can get some really good fast bowlers from there. So that is what you have to do in order to get more players, more talent. When you do that, actually the teams don't do well.
Something here?
Agree to what Gagan Bhai is saying. That, yes, there is a great talent, as I mentioned, and if we do this, it is the responsibility of the administrators to do this. Yeah, we now have a great sports minister who's a sportsman himself. We're on the verge of getting the whole RCA back into place. So it is responsibility of everyone that we actually create a platform wherein automatically there is a funnel wherein the talent comes in. As Gagan said, that we go to each district. That's what we try to do as Rajasthan Royals. That we have our scouts who go to different districts, right? Who go to different places across Rajasthan and otherwise as well. Incidentally, we just have one Rajasthani player. I'm sure you will, everyone will say that. But yes, we try to find talent from there, and we try to bring it and give them the exposure. Ravi Vishnu is one example wherein we saw him, we brought him, he was part of our net bowlers, and then you can see where he is today.
And
I want to add something. Rajasthan cricket जो है, Lalit Modi, strong administration should be there. In fact, Rajasthan Cricket Association में कोई अच्छा एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर अगर होगा, like ललित मोदी का एग्जाम्पल मैं आपको दूं, कि we told him कि हमें कोच चाहिए, राजस्थान टीम को प्रॉपर बढ़िया कोच चाहिए, तो उनका यू सजेस्ट एनीवन यू सजेस्ट द नेम, तो हमने सजेस्ट किया नाम मदन लाल एंड जो भी है हमारे आसपास के नेशनल लेवल के जो प्लेयर्स थे, तो उनका नहीं वर्ल्ड का बेस्ट चाहिए, तो ग्रेग चैपल को उन्होंने अपॉइंट किया, ट्रेनर उन्होंने ग्रेग चैपल के साथ में फ्रेजर को बुलाया, तो ही वाज लाइक दैट, और उन्होंने एक सिस्टम बनाया। ग्रेग चैपल और फ्रेजर के आने के बाद में आई थिंक 2009-10 की बात है ये, उसके बाद के अंदर एक सिस्टम डेवलप हुआ, उन्होंने फास्ट बॉलर्स का एक बंच और फास्ट बॉलर सेलेक्ट किया, 20 बॉयज सेलेक्ट किए अबव 6 फीट हाइट, तो सिस्टम को जो उसका जो रिजल्ट आने में थोड़ा टाइम तो लगता है, और वो टाइम लगा आई थिंक 13-14 के अंदर वी बिकेम द चैंपियन ऑफ रणजी ट्रॉफी। तो इनिशियली दैट विजन वाज देयर, उस टाइप का विजन होना चाहिए, एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में विजन होगा, वो सपोर्ट करेगा प्लेयर को, सारे सिस्टम को, देन ओनली वी कैन इम्प्रूव।
And I'll ask Gagan bhai. The thing is, when you guys played, obviously Sawai Mansi Stadium is the main ground. Then you obviously had earlier days Jogan Stadium, Hillside Stadium. Do you think more grounds obviously also the back of the day, because obviously the more exposure players get, the local players, they'll also be used to it, because now you play only across, I mean, major matches I'm talking about. Obviously there are stadiums in Udaipur, Jodhpur, but what is how much of a important is it to have grounds, more grounds and more facilities for the players? Because as in, like, last time I remember 2013 or 14, that was the last time that the ground was relayed at SMS. Ever since it's been going on. So going forward, what do you? I mean, how much talent है, but ये कितना ज़रूरी है कि to give them the right infrastructure also, and stadiums are coming up with RR.
We only played KL Seni. SMS we just played couple of matches. So our main ground was KL Seni. They should get more than the ground. They should get different wickets to play on. Like you see now. I wouldn't be. India couldn't chase 145. They're not used to playing on spinning track. Because they're not playing on. That is what I feel. If you play on different grounds, on different wickets, maybe it's a seaming track or a spinning track, you get a lot more. You get more exposure. So you can adapt really well to different conditions when you go to play any kind of wicket. So wickets are very important. Play on different kind of tracks is very important.
And wickets का बात हुआ, I'll walk down the memory lane. Sanjay bhai was telling me the other day a story about the great Parthasarathy Sharma, about tackling conditions. And it will be very interesting for all of you, I think, if you can share the story about how to tackling the spin conditions and the opening partnership. If you could take us through.
Bharat bhai was a very great player of spin bowling. And वो बताते थे, इनफैक्ट अभी जो सीनियर प्लेयर्स हैं वो आई डोंट नो जूनियर्स को कितना खुद कोच करते हैं. इनफैक्ट अब तो कोचिंग स्टाफ इज डिफरेंट. तो हमारे टाइम में सीनियर्स ही हमें कोच किया करते. तो एक स्टोरी थी, उड़ीसा के अंदर वी वर प्लेइंग अ मैच अगेंस्ट राउरकेला. तो उड़ीसा के कैप्टन थे, आई थिंक साहू, मिस्टर साहू. आउट विंगर बॉलर थे पदम शास्त्री, ही वाज इन टॉप. तो ही वाज नॉट एबल टू प्ले हिम, क्योंकि उनका बॉल गिर के अंदर आता एंड गिर के बाहर निकल जाता. पदम शास्त्री एक ओवर में 4-5 बार बीट हो. तो ड्रिंक्स ब्रेक हुआ. आई वाज 12th मैन, आई वाज आल्सो देयर. तो पदम ने पारत भाई को बोला कि मेरे से ये बॉलर समझ में नहीं आ रहा, अंदर आता है बाहर निकल जाता. तो पारत भाई बोला कोई बात नहीं, 1 रन ले, यू कम टू माई एंड. तो उन्होंने वो शेयर किया एंड यू वोंट बिलीव, पारत भाई ने उसको 5 ओवर पूरा फेस किया एंड आराम से उसको छोड़ देते थे वो. एंड पदम शास्त्री को उधर ही रखा, उधर आने ही नहीं दिया. जब वो बॉलर का एंड हो गया, बोथ ऑफ देम दे स्कोर्ड 100. तो इट वाज, मतलब स्ट्रेटजी है ये भी गेम का.
And so Khanna, the thing is, obviously women's cricket is also a very important part. Rajasthan Royals obviously has been investing a lot in women's cricket. And going forward, for a state like Rajasthan that has such a rich legacy, tradition, what is a way forward to develop women's cricket as well? Because obviously the men's cricket, we have a great team, I mean, so many talents coming up. What is the whole idea behind having this, competition for the women and talent hunt for women's cricket? What is a way ahead?
See, what I believe is, and I'm sure we have Mr. Dharamveer Singh, who's the ad hoc committee member in RCA, that they would be they've been doing a lot in terms of women's cricket. We have a decent women's team right now for Rajasthan. But as far as Rajasthan Royals, what we are doing is, as I mentioned, that we had about 1,500 schools. We are also planning to launch a state-wise women's cricket cup. We wanted to be part of the women's IPL as well. Unfortunately, we could not. But eventually, the whole idea is that we create a talent pool from Rajasthan and bring it to the world and show it to the world, and then the teams who are part of the IPL or the Rajasthan team, those girls can be picked from there. There are great talents. I can tell you this, that because last year I remember there was a young girl from a remote village of Jaisalmer. Yeah, I don't remember her name, some Komal or something. I mean, she was playing bowlers, male bowlers at a speed of about 120, 130, and she was hitting them hard. So we have a great talent in terms of women's cricket. It's only that how do we nurture them? And I'm sure that the administrator, the RCA, have something which they're creating to bring those girls out and show it to the world.
And when we talk about talent, Gagan, right, the thing is, obviously you have Mr. Jadeja along, we have played together, so many memories, I'm sure. But tell me something, I mean, say, late 80s, early 90s, Rajasthan was always a star-studded team. Like local players, some from outsiders. I think one of the first few states to have professional players for that matter. Like, even though concept tha nahi official, but a lot of players used to play from Bombay and everything. So how was the whole experience of playing in that era? Like, the era itself was, जब आप लोग शुरू कर रहे थे and saw so many senior players there and looking up to them. How was the whole experience?
That old, yeah. Salim running लोग बहुत पैरिक हैं.
नहीं, मतलब
My senior was Sanjay Vyas. So when he must have retired, I must have started playing. I made my debut in '91. He retired about 2 years back. He must have retired. So we should look onto them to tell us about art of playing spin bowling. Of course, Pata sir was brilliant in that. And I'll tell you one instance when he told me I was struggling. He used to get turning tracks only. First years of my first class cricket, I only played spinners, no fast bowlers. Get wickets like these. So he told me one thing. He said, when you bring a spinner on a turning track, always hit the fielder, you'll find the gap. Some things, we are so important. You learn so much from them. So Bharat was actually a very good coach and used to understand the game very well. My seniors that time, Bharat, Papu boys, all these guys, they really helped us a lot. As he says, we're like a family. Rungtas were doing everything and we're like a family. Of course, we were paid well. We used to travel by second class. मैं तो कभी नहीं किया भाई. Second class and near the bathroom. As you rightly said, we used to sleep near the bathroom. Second class would be no reservation. We used to travel like this. The game has changed. Now everybody's traveling by air. They're staying in a 5-star hotel. A lot of luxuries now. Days are very comfortable. But pehle nahi tha. So coming to the point, 80s, all these players, they help us a lot. All of them.
And a similar question to you, Sanjay sir, because like he said, your time was that era, like basically all of this players together and creating a professional atmosphere that I think a lot of states took a cue from later on. So, do you think that now that we are in 2024 and it's been 10 years that we have a state cricketer test cricketer from Rajasthan after Pankaj Singh. So, what do you think is the way ahead? Like, of course, we should not be losing hope, but what's the way ahead? Like, क्या करना आगे चाहिए to produce somebody who will play test cricket for India, which that's everybody dreams of.
जैसा कि गगन ने भी बोला कि देयर शुड बी सम सिस्टम, एक प्रॉपर नेट्स होने चाहिए एवरी डिस्ट्रिक्ट में होना चाहिए. हमारे अनफॉर्चुनेटली हमारे क्रिकेट एसोसिएशन में एक रेगुलर नेट नहीं चलता है. होना चाहिए, प्रॉपर कोचेज होने चाहिए. वहाँ पे कोई भी प्लेयर अगर आउट फॉर्म हो रहा है तो वो आके अपने नेट्स के अंदर ही कैन करेक्ट हिमसेल्फ कभी भी आए. तो अगेन आई एम टेलिंग यू, स्ट्रॉन्ग एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन जो कि क्रिकेट को बढ़ावा दे, क्रिकेट की तरफ देखे और प्लेयर्स के लिए सोचे कि प्लेयर्स को क्या करना है, उनकी क्या प्रॉब्लम्स आती हैं, कैसे वो इम्प्रूव कर सकते हैं अपना. टीम हमारी होती है, राजस्थान क्रिकेट की टीम भी बनती है, बाहर भी विजिट करती हैं, जाते हैं. जैसे लाइक कई स्टेट एसोसिएशंस अपनी टीम आउट ऑफ इंडिया भी भेजते हैं, अपने यंगस्टर्स को आउट ऑफ इंडिया भी एक्सपीरियंस करने के लिए भेजते हैं. तो प्रॉपर सिस्टम अगर होगा तो इम्प्रूवमेंट डेफिनेटली होगा, क्योंकि टैलेंट की, एज गगन से, टैलेंट की हमारे कोई कमी नहीं. और प्लेयर्स जैसे अजय भाई, वन ही वाज कैप्टन ऑफ राजस्थान टीम, ही यूज्ड टू फाइट फॉर प्लेयर्स. वो प्लेयर्स के लिए लड़ते थे, प्लेयर्स को कोच करते थे. इनफैक्ट उसके पहले हमारे जो प्लेयर्स थे, आप लोगों के खेलने का फायदा क्या होता है, हमारे प्लेयर्स एक शेल में रहते थे. राजस्थान के हैं तो थोड़े दबे दबे रहते थे. उन्होंने बताया कि कैसे तुम्हें शेर की तरह खेलना, कैसे बाहर आना, अपने आप से निकलो, तुम्हारे में इतना टैलेंट है. तो वो बताते थे. तो इस टाइप का गाइडेंस और इस टाइप का सिस्टम होना चाहिए, then only player can come out.
And last before we,
I'll just add a couple of things on this. What needed is a stable administrator, right? What is happening in the state is, every time there's a change, there's too much of politics going within cricket, right? So a stable administration needs to be there. That is one. Some great infrastructures need to be there, as Gagan bhai rightly said, that every district should have a proper cricket infrastructure. If and proper coaches. Now, because cricket has become so scientific, yeah, and in fact not just cricket, any other sport as well, yeah. If, and there are dearth of talent which is there in terms not just the cricketing talent, the support staff and all of that. We should put those support staff in those districts, right? Wherein, okay, I'm a bowler, right? What sort of bowler, what sort of a diet that bowler should have? Yeah, that if we can provide, the administrator can provide those to and go to the districts. That's where we'll get the talent, and then the talent will come up, and we'll have the Gagan Khoda or Pankaj Singhs of the world, and Ajay Jadeja of the world.
And my last question before I take a few questions is obviously the RR has been doing some fantastic work in terms of having academies. There's obviously Pankaj's Academy is thing. You have a new stadium project coming up. If you could just, I know it's too early to maybe reveal a lot of things. Just slightly, if you could tell us.
I thought I'll keep that for my session. But anyways, so what we are trying to do is we have just signed an MOU with the government for everyone's knowledge to create one of the world's best sporting hub. And it's not just cricket; it's a multi-sport hub which we're going to be creating. We would be investing about 10,000 crores. That's what we want to give back to the society, to the state which has given us such a big name. We would have some of the world-class infrastructure being there. We're creating a sports city overall. Yeah. So that's what we are trying to do. Right now, I would just keep it like that. But yes, there are a lot of thoughts, a lot of ideas which we have, which will be brought to you guys really soon once things materializes.
So yeah, of course, we'll keep our we'll keep us watch this space. And any questions anybody has for our panelists, we'll have 5-6 minutes, so we'll take a few questions if anyone has anyone. Oh yeah, you.
हेलो आई एम चर्चित एंड मेरा प्रश्न आप सभी से है कि आप क्या राजस्थान क्रिकेट इतिहास से कोई मेमोरेबल मोमेंट शेयर कर सकते हैं जो आपके लिए खास हो?
Gagan bhai and Sanjay bhai will be the right person that.
Memorable राजस्थान के लिए खेलना is memorable enough. आप राजस्थान रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हो उस टाइम पर जब इतने अच्छे प्लेयर्स होते थे, तो आप अपनी जगह बनाते हो टीम के अंदर. आई थिंक दैट इज माय बेस्ट मेमोरी प्लेइंग माय फर्स्ट डेब्यू मैच अगेंस्ट यूपी. I got 100 on my debut. I think that was the most memorable thing.
When I became a captain of Rajasthan Cricket in 85, 84 के अंदर राजस्थान क्रिकेट was right bottom of India. मतलब पॉइंट टैली के अंदर हम सबसे नीचे थे इंडिया के 74 में. तो किशन रुंगटा जी हमारे चेयरमैन ऑफ सिलेक्शन कमेटी थे. उन्होंने 6 हमारे सीनियर प्लेयर्स को ड्रॉप किया. उनका इससे नीचे तो हमारी टीम जा नहीं सकती, तो इससे ऊपर ही आएगी. तो उन्होंने, मैं सारे सबको बदल देता हूँ. तो आई बिकेम द कैप्टन ऑफ राजस्थान क्रिकेट इन 85 एंड उसी ईयर में वी प्लेड सेमीफाइनल्स एंड वी वर अमंग टॉप 4 टीम्स ऑफ इंडिया. वी लॉस्ट टू दिल्ली जिसके अंदर 10 टेस्ट प्लेयर हुआ करते थे. A very close match we lost to Delhi in that. That was a memorable moment.
I'll just say my memorable moment would be I was a failed cricketer and a decent sports administrator. That was my when I entered into the IPL world. So a failed cricketer turned into a decent administrator. I would not say a good administrator. That you guys have to decide. But yeah, that was my memorable moment, I would say.
Anyone else? Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Dia, And my question is for Sanjay sir and Gagan sir. Sir, how has Rajasthan cricket's infrastructure improved since your playing days, and what areas still need attention? Thank you.
Earlier said, in our time, there was no infrastructure. There was only one ground, and that's it. To go play there. Cricket has changed tremendously. You have nowadays players athletes are so fit, and they have all the facilities now in Rajasthan, Jaipur. Of course, they have a cricket academy here. They've got a gym. They've got trainers, everything. But talk about a proper infrastructure, which you have in other states, like go to Andhra, you see they have academies everywhere. They have hostels. It's a beautiful structure. We should have one out here also. The amount of talent, again, I'm saying, the amount of talent that we have, instead of academies in districts, where it's accessible to people from the villages and everything. And those academies should be connected to the academy. This is, if you can do that, you can find more players. Cricket will improve. You're going to have a lot of talent. It can be nurtured.
Thank you.
And one last will take. Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nandini, and my question is for Rajeev sir. Sir, how was the Rajasthan Royal franchise contributed to the local economy, and what growth do you expect in next few years?
In terms of the local economy, whenever there is an IPL happening, right? The state gets about 400 to 500 crores of revenue, which the state gets. It's not just only the cricket which comes in. Yeah, there are so many ancillary things which happen, whether it is hotels, whether it is transportation, look and feel, printing. There's so much happening, right? So that is what we give it. As I just mentioned, that what we are trying to do in terms of creating a huge infrastructure as a part of giving it back to the society, that's what is our giving back to Rajasthan. So those are the things which Rajasthan Royals has been trying to contribute.
And so, what growth in next few years?
So as I said, that this whole academy, when the whole the big infrastructure will come up, yeah, you will see not just cricket, yeah, other sports coming in as well, and we'll have some great sportsmen. Someone was sitting here as well. Yeah, we'll have those kind of cricketers and other sportsmen coming up from those academies and becoming the next big thing in sports.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
It is not. It was earlier, when you remember all these great cricketers, Kapil Pali, all of them used to play domestic cricket. You know, the competition was there, and those guys are playing domestic cricket. No, it meant a lot to other players who were actually playing with them. It's not happening now. It's not happening now. None of them are playing domestic cricket. I don't know why. I think BCCI should take a call when they are free. They should play domestic cricket so that the competition increases and it becomes much more interesting. I think that is the reason domestic cricket now is not that attractive as it was before.
I'll just add, IPL is domestic cricket anyways, so it is interesting as well. But I'm sure, I know you are talking about Ranji Trophy and all of that, but yes, IPL is also. Yeah.
Yeah, and with that, let's wrap on this panel. Thank you, all of you, for your participation and sharing your thoughts on Rajasthan cricket.
Well, thank you all for an insightful session on the past, present, and future of cricket in the state. I request Mr. Shayan Acharya to present our guest with a token of our appreciation.